I think if the consumer knew, like someone living in New York or living in Chicago or living in Tucson, I don't care where particularly,
Well,
but
you know what?
they
I'm
knew.
going to interrupt.
Yeah.
Even your little town here.
Yeah.
If you went in and said
They
to
don't
them,
know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
It's like the
I think
politician that
if-
says, I grew up on a farm, I know what it's
Yeah.
like. I don't know how to run a combine, and I grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
But if you don't drive one last year, they've changed so much, and that's what the system's done,
It is.
right? I'm
That's
sorry to
the
interrupt.
No, it's a good point. But they don't. If they knew that the farmer is in perilous predicament financially, and if that's one thing, because they've all heard about farm crises and buyouts and so whatever. I mean, that's normal. I mean, because it's a commodity business and that commodities are up and down. So so that wouldn't be novel news to them. Okay, to learn that farmers are in trouble. I mean, Willie Nelson's been having goddamn concerts for Farm Aid or whatever forever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's not news. What news is what they wouldn't like. They wouldn't like the sense of injustice that while the farmer is taking it in the shorts, the packer is enjoying record profits. And they also wouldn't like to know that the farmer is dying, and yet I'm paying more for all my meat at the grocery store. They're expecting to pay more because they know that there's a rush on and people are, we're in this crisis situation. They know that. They're expecting to pay more. They're willing to pay more. But what they wouldn't like to know is that the farmer's getting none of it.
That's right.
This is the injustice, that I think the consumer would be very upset about. Because we have a sense of morality, and this rubs us wrong, and they don't know, and that's the tragedy. The biggest tragedy, I think, is that they don't know.
This has been going on. This is this crisis that we get to say,
right?
Oh, everybody gets a get out of jail free card for. Last year we had a packing plant burned down, and it collapsed the live price. And it increased the price to the consumer, and it had no impact on our capacity. We didn't slow the chain down.
Because it was one plant.
It was one plant that had a roof burned down, and they said, "Oh my gosh!" And it backed up the whole system, and so I think this sounds probably too simplistic, but you and I have been friends forever, and so. I think that, I don't want to sound pie in the sky, but producers, if they're going to be selling their livestock, their commodities, corn, beans, what have you, and they're going to take a low price, they would at least sounds like it's very simplistic. They would like to see the consumers be able to share in that bounty. Fair enough, right?
Yeah.